Uh-oh, you know what that sound means. It means it's lunch talk time.
Welcome to the all-new Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Star Carter.
This show will discuss relationship, family, celebrity news, and much, much more.
So stay tuned, because you never know what the Lunch Talk crew is serving up every Friday. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Friday, our Lunch Talk family. What's going on, Mr. Carter?
How's it going out there, Lunch Talk? It's Friday, y'all. Friday, good afternoon. It's time to get the weekend started.
We are already halfway through this new year month.
Yeah, the first month almost gone already.
Yeah, it's the 18th. This is crazy.
It's almost gone. It's almost time for
about
Super
to be
Bowl,
February.
Valentine's, and all the good stuff.
All the good stuff. I'm like, 2019 is already wide open.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be gone before you know. It's going to be 2020 tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2020 tomorrow.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. So, I mean, you know, of course we don't want to rush our time, but I'm actually excited for 2020 to come in because I want to see this new Bad Boys for Life, man. Have y'all been on Instagram? Have y'all seen Will Smith and Martin Lawrence picture together? They started filming the new Bad Boys 3, Bad Boys for Life, Monday. This past Monday on the 14th, they started filming for the new Bad Boys for Life. It's supposed to come out on January the 17th of 2020. So I'm excited about that. What you think about the new Bad Boys?
Oh, yeah.
What is it, like 20 years later?
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it's supposed to be in the making for so long though, and they finally decided to do it because I know it's been rumored years ago, and they finally decided to do it. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I enjoyed the first two, so I think it's going to be a good hit.
Yeah, I think they can. I think they can pull it off. I really do. They still two good actors that I feel like they still got it. So also I read that there may be a Coming to America too.
Oh my goodness.
Starring Eddie Murphy
America
again.
too.
So I wonder is he gonna try to bring back all the original cast. I know Eddie Murphy is supposed to be in it, but I wonder if he's gonna bring back Arsenio Hall and all their, well, I don't know if he could do all their different characters because that was like over 20 something years too, and those guys in the barbershop were old. So I don't know how that would work out. What you think?
I think it would because Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall played most of the old guys in the barbershop. So I think it'll work out if he can, you know, if you get everybody back, because I don't think if he didn't have Arsenio Hall and the other guys, it wouldn't be the same, you know, because, you know, sometimes you got to have the original cast to make it, you know, is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's going to be something interesting to look out for. So what else you got on the lunch menu? What's been going on the lunch menu? Okay,
well, since we on the films and everything, let's stick around on that for a little bit. Okay, everybody's familiar with the new film Aquaman. You know, I'm not a big fan of that because I don't like how they portrayed Aquaman. You know, I'm a superheroes fanatic and, you know, I get personal with that stuff.
Yeah.
So I, you know, don't really like how they portrayed him. But anyway, Aquaman. It has become the first DCEU film to gross $1 billion at the box office.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, it was the first DCEU film to actually do that. So that was cool.
What's a DCEU film?
That's a good question. I don't know, but I just know the DC part.
So it's not a Marvel comic?
No, it's DC.
Oh,
it's
okay.
DC.
Aquaman is DC?
Yeah, DC.
Oh, okay.
DC. Yeah, so it's the first DC EU film to gross $1 billion at the box office.
Oh, okay, well, cool.
And you know that's so it's a good movie because you know it was breaking records, so it's a good movie.
Oh,
but
okay.
you know I would like to see it. You know, even though I'm not happy with how they portrayed the Aquaman, but I still see it because I love superhero movies. Yeah, I would like to see it. You know, just for the, I would say, the experience.
Yeah.
You know.
Everybody says it's good. I haven't heard any negative reviews on it, so that'll be interesting to see. And so that's another big one for the comics. Anyway, even though it's not Marvel, because I never really, you know, kept up with the DC and the Marvels like that. Now that all these different movies are coming out.
Yeah, it's so many of them coming out now.
I'm more on the Marvel side because I really didn't like Superman and all. I mean, they all right, but I like the more Marvel side of the comics.
Okay, that's cool. I like both. I like DC, Marvel. I like both of them, you know, because I just love superhero movies. And on that note, too, Kevin Hart's new movie. Oh, my goodness. Kevin Hart's new movie, The Upside. It actually beats Aquaman at the box office for the weekend.
Yeah, I saw that.
They actually grossed $19.6 million just in the startup weekend. Kevin Hart, boy, you on fire, brother.
What the world?
You're on fire. You keep doing what you're doing, brother, because you're doing your thing. You putting out some good stuff, making good money, and turning headlines, man. I mean, proud of you, man. Yeah. Proud of you, Kevin Hart. You're doing your thing, brother.
I'm very proud of Kevin Hart, even though, you know, they tried to make that, you know, whatever gay comment or whatever he posted, tweeted or whatever, and so he didn't host the Oscars.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing, brother. Keep it pushing. I mean, that was your choice if you didn't want to host the Oscars. I mean, you got the right to do, but I'm gonna tell you right now, you're a comedian. Don't nobody need to come on your job and tell you what to do on your job.
I mean, I agree with that 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's your job. You are a comedian. You know what I'm saying? It's people that talk more trash that don't have the title comedian. That's your job. Your job is to make people laugh. You know, and I just feel like people are so sensitive these days. So whatever.
Yeah, it is. They are. They're very sensitive. You know, you can't say what you want to say these days. Mm-hmm. You know, oh my goodness, boy, you'll be ready to get fired. They'll cancel your show. They'll do all sorts of crazy things to you. So you got to be careful in what you say and how you say things.
The world has really gone sensitive. Like, you know, just when me and you was talking about the other day, we, you know, one of your favorite shows, Fred Sanford, and some of the things that they said on Sanford and Son back in what? That was the 70s?
72.
You know?
In 72.
Back in the 70s.
Yes.
You would have really thought that they show would have got canceled by some of the stuff that Fred said. But no, you know, people wasn't that sensitive. And that was a more sensitive time.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
bigger sensitive
That was a
time.
way more sensitive time.
Yes.
I mean, Fred talked trash about everything, talking about ugly white women and all kind of stuff. And you like, really? I mean, he got away with it in 72, but now if you say anything remotely close to anything, like you can't say nothing without people just going crazy. So, I mean,
yeah,
you know,
it's
just the time.
You can't have your own preference to say what you want to say these days.
You can't say what you want to say.
You can't say it.
You got to be careful. I mean, it's the sensitivity level has really gone up. I feel like entertainment is entertainment. Now, if you out there and you're really out to hurt somebody, then that's one thing, you know. But if your job has comedian in it and you're in the entertainment business, your business is to make somebody laugh, then I feel like I don't want you coming on my job telling me what to do, and I'm not going to go on your job telling you what to do.
Exactly. I agree with that 100%.
That's just my take on that. So anyway, what else you got, babe?
Well, let's get away from the movies right now. Let's get on sports to all our sports fans out there, because you know everybody's on this football thing right now. So yeah, it's about that time. So let's get on to football. Okay, this last past Saturday, okay, we had the Colts versus the Chiefs, and boy, I got to say my Colts dropped the ball. Yeah, we got sent home.
Several times.
Yeah, we got sent home by the Chiefs 13-31. I mean, yeah, we got slaughtered. But overall, we had a pretty good year. You know, we made a lot of changes to our coaching staff, to our offensive line. So I'm kind of excited to see what next year brings for us. But Coach, hey, keep your head up. You did a good thing. You made it to the second round of the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You know, something you haven't done in a lot of years. So I'm proud of you guys, even though you got sent home. But hey, keep your heads up, guys. Looking forward to next year. Also that Saturday, we had Dallas versus the Rams.
No.
Oh boy. And all you Dallas fans, them boys, as y'all say. Goodbye. Y'all got sent home.
What is this? La 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 la.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys dropped the ball. They lost to the Rams 22-30. That's right, you Dallas fans, them boys. You are at home with the Colts and the rest of the guys. So, hey, better luck next year, guys. Better luck next year. And on to the Sunday games, okay? We had the Chargers versus New England. That was another slobber knocker.
Oh, Lord.
Another slobber knocker. New England beat the dog breaks off the Chargers, man. 41-28. 41-28.
You know what? I really thought it was going to be like 7-40.
I really did too. But you know,
I thought they was going to make them go home beat them like they stole something.
Like they stole something, man. Because I mean, you know, it seems that the Patriots took the foot off the gas in the second half. Mm-hmm. You know, because they blew them out in the first half. In the second half, they got a couple of field goals or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
It was 35-7.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They kind of beat the brakes off of them. So.
I mean, come on, let them get closer to not being completely blown out.
So I think Tom Brady them kind of took it easy on him. But anyway,
if I had to guess, I would say
I would say they did. But anyway, the New England Patriots, they beat the dog breaks out of the Chargers 41-28, and the night game was a pretty good game. Actually, it was a really good game. We had the Eagles versus the Saints. Eagles versus the Saints, which was a decent game.
That was a good clincher.
Yeah, it was a decent game. The Eagles started off, really well. They started off really well. Then Drew Brees got into his zone, and he started picking them apart.
What was the score? I forgot.
It was 14-20. The defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, fell by the wayside in their home. They lost to the Saints 14-20.
Yeah, because we watched that game last night. Yes. Because, what was it from the Eagles? He missed that pass.
Missed that one pass, yes.
Was that a pick?
It was a pick. Went straight through his hands. Perfect pass by Nick Foles. Perfect pass. Yeah. Went straight through his hands. Pick. Saints win.
And it was like number 17 on the Eagles side. I think
Jeffrey. Yes.
And I feel so sorry for him. He looked like he wanted to cry, and I know he probably did cry.
Yeah, he felt bad, but hey, son, keep your head up. We all lose.
He gonna cry in the car.
Yeah, hey, we all lose. You can't win them all, guys. We can't win them all.
That's one thing about when you go to the playoffs. Somebody got to go home. Everybody's not gonna win. So, as long as you did your best, that's all that matters, that you did your best. So everybody that at least made it to the playoffs, whether you got to the next round of games or not, to get to the NFC and AFC championship game, hey, at least you made it.
Yes, and speaking of the championships game, that is next Sunday, guys. That is next Sunday, the championship games. Whoever wins these games will be going to the Super Bowl representing the NFC and the AFC. Okay, at the 3:05 game, we got the Rams versus the Saints, and they will be on Fox. Your pick on that, honey. The Ram versus the Saints.
Ram versus the Saints. I'm going to have to go with Drew Brees.
Okay, now me and you see eye to eye on that one. Drew Brees, I take Drew Brees over the Rams. And again, that game comes on at 3:05 on Fox. And then we got the later game. It's going to be a slobber knocker, guys. I think this is going to be a really good game. It's the Chiefs versus New England. That's at 6:40 on CBS. Your picks on that one, honey?
Man, after that footage I showed you last night where the Chiefs and the Patriots played week 6.
I know, that was a good game.
And it was a 3-point, the score was actually 40-43.
Yes.
And at first, now before I saw that little clip, which was about 15 minutes, that showed all the highlights on YouTube. Before I saw that, I really would have been like, the Patriots going to beat the devil out of, Kansas.
Yeah.
But after seeing that,
it seems like it's going to be a good one, ain't it? It seems like it's going to be a good one.
Because I don't like the Patriots, I'm just going to go for Kansas.
Okay, me too. I agree. I can't stand them. I can't stand the Patriots.
But I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. I am a Patriot hater, but I love Tom Brady. Yeah. He's a good quarterback. If you like football, you got to respect the guy. Mm-hmm. He's a great quarterback,
you
guys.
To give him his props.
Yes, he's a great quarterback, but I hate the Patriots. I want you guys to lose, get sent home. Mm-hmm. Bye. Gone home. But anyway, so whoever wins out of that game, guys, going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And speaking of the Super Bowl, it's official. It's official. Maroon 5 will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show. Mm-hmm. That is a great thing, I guess. Yeah. But
he's going to be backed by Travis Scott and Big Boy from Outkast.
Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting, show. Yeah. It should be a good show because like you said in the last show, I like Maroon 5. Yeah, even though they had a little controversy in there because of the halftime show, but, I like Maroon 5. They do their thing, they do their thing. Yeah, they're pretty laid back pop band, they do their thing. Mm-hmm. So, my hats off to them. I'm glad they got that worked out. So again, guys, Maroon 5 is official. Maroon 5 will be performing at the halftime Super Bowl show. Okay. All right. But honey, I got one more thing, and this is off of sports, guys. Mm-hmm. This is in entertainment news.
All right.
Okay, guys. This is speculation, guys. You know how we reporters do. We do our thing. We get sources and we get alleged, information. Alleged. So, The Weeknd and Drake are going toe to toe. Weeknd and Drake are going toe to toe. Well, honey, it's alleged that The Weeknd's new song, Lost in the Fire, is taking a stab at Drake. Because everybody knows back in 2017, Drake had an alleged baby out there that he was trying to keep on the down low, keep on the high level. And actually, you know, he did the man thing about it, and Drake came out and eventually said it was his child. But The Weeknd in their song, the fans think that he's taking a jab at Drake due to that circumstance right there, because Drake tried to hide his child from the public. And what they're saying was that he actually denied his child and came back and said, okay, it was his. That's what's going on. And in the song, honey, this is the little controversy right here. Mm. This is the lyrics in the song that everybody thinks is jabbing at Drake. Okay. Mm. And I just want a baby with the right one, 'cause I would never try to hide one. Mm. That's the lyrics in the song that everybody's going ham about, that they think that The Weeknd is going after his fellow Canadian, Drake. So what do you think about that? You think it's just a lyric of a song, or he's actually taking a jab at Drake because of the 2017 little baby drama type thing?
I just feel like these little boys need to go sit down somewhere. I really do. That's how I really feel about it. I feel like both of them need to go sit down. I love Drake and I like The Weeknd. I really do. I like both of their music. I think they're both two talented young men, young black men, and I feel like they just need to chill out and stop trying to have R&B beefs.
Yeah, that's what it's like, man. It's like everybody trying to take stabs at each other.
Stop trying to have these little R&B beefs. Just make great music.
Yeah, and just go on.
Great feel good music. And Drake, stop being in your feelings, what your song is. She in my feelings, whatever that song is.
Yeah,
whatever.
Okay.
You know, I mean, come on, y'all, stop. Just make some good music. Y'all,
I know,
stop doing
right?
all that, for real. Stay in your own lane. Talk about your own business. If you stay out of each other's business, you know, it's probably publicity stunt.
Yeah. Because, you know, I mean, why would The Weeknd come after Drake?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest.
It is a publicity stunt.
Yeah,
it got to be.
Why would they come after each other? Both of them are fellow Canadians, and they both make great music. But hey, guys, you hit us up and let us know at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com. Hit us up. Listen to the song by The Weeknd, Lost in the Fire. And, you know, it's in the first couple of lyrics of the song. You know, listen to it and tell us what you think about it. Is he taking a stab at Drake, or is it just lyrics in the song? Hit us up and let us know.
All right. Sounds good. So you got anything else, babe?
No, that's about it, honey. We can get on with the main dish.
So, before I get on the main dish, I gotta tell you guys this. I don't know if you saw this or not, but a guy went into a Waffle House in Atlanta, and I guess he was trying to sober up. We've all, you know, had to, you know, as you leave the club, you know, go to a Waffle House, Huddle House, you know, even IHOP, you know, places that stay open 24 hours or whatever, and go get you something to eat, you know, cause, you know, trying to, you know, feed alcohol, as they used to say. Yeah. So, anyway, this guy goes into a Waffle House in, Atlanta County, in one of those counties in Atlanta, and he orders some food, and he falls asleep before his food was brought out to him. And the workers at the Waffle House, instead of waking him up saying, sir, or whatever, they pour salt in his head. They put a slice of cheese on top of his head and squirts ketchup on him. Then they got one coworker moving his arms like he's a puppet. They are messing with this guy. He's passed out. They messing with this guy, and while he's drunk asleep. And they filmed it on their phone and they posted it on Instagram.
I knew it was coming. I knew it had to be social media related.
They filmed it on their phone and posted it on Instagram.
I knew it.
And so his fiance, I don't know how she caught wind of it, because actually he eventually wakes up. He doesn't even realize that these people have done this to him. He wakes up, he pays for his food, and he leaves. And
with
not
the
even
ketchup
knowing,
and everything all over?
Not even knowing. Well, it was in his hair.
Oh, okay.
In the back of his head, because he had his head down on the counter. So they put it on the back of his head. He looked like he had like finger waves or something in his hair. I don't know what kind of hairstyle it was. But anyway, they poured salt in his hair. They put cheese in his hair and ketchup. They put like a slice of cheese on top of his head and poured the ketchup on top of the cheese. And anyway, they had one of the coworkers, and they laughing. I mean, they was making a puppet out of him. I mean, they was really humiliating this guy and posted it on social media. And it went like 7,000 people had already viewed it before somehow his fiance ran across it and realized that was her man. And anyway, so investigation is about to be brought up because it actually made the news down there, and she wants to sue him. She wants things. She wants more than just their job.
All I can say is God ain't through with me yet. Hold me closer to the cross, Heavenly Father. I believe Waffle House would have been turned down if it were me. I mean, I'm not trying to be like I'm a bad guy because I'm not, guys, but I have a low tolerance for foolishness. Okay, yeah, I knew I was wrong in there about drunk, trying to sleep off a drunk or whatever the case may be. But still, what we say, mind your business. You know, and these people had no right to come over there and do that to this man. You know, like you said, just wake him up and let him go home or whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
You know, but doing that type of thing right there, oh,
But what? Oh, I can't even get it out. You know, I get flabbergasted when I can't get something out. It's really appalling to me because this guy could have been hurt or something. You know, he could have been what is it? What is it when you drank too much? Alcohol poison. He could have been alcohol poison for all they know, and they making a video. They being stupid, and they done posted it on social media. And obviously, they said that they had a private account, and he was not the only customer that they was able to do this to. That they actually had posted videos on. I think I don't know what the authorities can do. But Waffle House made a statement that they were going to investigate it and that they was going to take the matter very seriously. And so the fiance is like, no, I need more than just their jobs taken away. Something really needs to happen. And you know, and if it was you, which I know it wouldn't be you, but if it was you, and if I saw you on the Waffle House video and they done put ketchup and salt all in your head, no, Lord.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, you know, different stroke for different folks. You know what I'm trying to say. Now, we good people, but come on now. We just have a low tolerance for foolishness. And that's what that is. That is just plain right foolishness. Well, I hope that guy and his fiance gets what they so deserve, you know, and I hope those employees get what they deserve as well. Because that was just totally ridiculous, childish, and stupid, you know. That really was. I mean, how we are as people, man, is sickening sometimes. But, you know, it is what it is. That's the world we live in. Yeah. You know, that is the world we live in.
Everybody is trying to go viral. We live in a world where any stupid thing, people are trying to do anything to go viral and on social media. And that's what this world has turned into. So I did not want to bring up R. Kelly, but Lord have mercy, this man is all over
He's
the
back
news.
Again. He's back.
All over the news. Ever since this docu-series came out, you know, R. Kelly was our main dish last week that we talked about, you know, about the docu-series that aired on Lifetime, guys. If y'all ain't checked it out, I don't know what rock you've been living under that you have not seen this yet, okay? But 3-part docu-series that aired on Lifetime. It is causing a lot of slack for the Step in the Name of Love king of R&B, honey. He is going through it.
Like I said last time, my man R. Kelly.
R. Kelly going through it, honey. They even talking about the record label not releasing his new music that he's got out. They had protesting and all outside where his studio's supposed to be, where these alleged girls are supposed to be held captive in the sex cult or whatever that he's supposed to have. And it's gone crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is crazy. R. Kelly, this is a way to stay relevant, but not that way. I know you got to stay relevant. Your music is good enough, brother. All of this is just too much, R. Kelly. Really do. All your bones are flying out the closet. All your skeletons are flying out the closet, brother. It is crazy.
You know your life is jacked up when Ayana says she ain't want to fix it.
Now that's crazy.
Y'all said she do not want to fix his life. Said before all this happened, he wanted to be on her show, Fix My Life, and she turned him down before all this happened. Said because he did not have the capacity to do the things that needed to be done to get him to a good place, you know, as far as therapy is concerned. But she felt the same way as I felt as far as her statement was concerned, that she feel like jail is not the answer for him. He you know, I don't think jail is the answer for him, because that's not going to make him not stop doing it. How many people has gone to jail and get out and do the same thing? Jail is not the answer for everything. I really don't think so. Now, I don't know. We just gonna have to see this play out, and I feel like it's gonna be long and drawn out. Even Chicago would not let him use an area or whatever. They would not give a permit for the spring jam or whatever. So he because they were scared of the protesting and backlash and all kind of stuff that's going on. So it's going to be interesting about, especially with his record label with Sony and all that. That's going to be very interesting as far as that go, because he got contracts, he's got commitments. He said he got 2 album commitment and they won't let him work. If they're saying that they're not going to release his new music. So how am I going to fulfill my commitment to you if you're not going to release my album? You want albums, I'm giving you albums now. So
they don't want to be seen with no negative publicity surrounding them.
Well, then R. Kelly's gonna have himself a good lawsuit, because you breaching my contract. I'm not breaching my contract. You're breaching it for me.
That's a sad situation. But honey, back to what you were saying about jail is not the place for him. Well, I beg to differ on that. I mean, if you put R. Kelly in a jail cell with a 300-pound dude named Bubba that hasn't been out of prison for a few years,
Lord,
hey, I think he gets done to him what he's been doing to these little young gals, it'll change him, because he'll have a different outlook on things. Yeah, I think he'll have a different outlook. But nah, guys. But yeah, seriously, R. Kelly, man, hey, I hope things work out for you, brother. Hey, I can't say keep your head up, but I'm saying it anyway. Keep your head up, man. You know, try to keep pushing forward, brother, because I mean, dude, wow. This is just too much for anybody, man.
Yeah.
It's just too much.
It's sad. But if, like I said before, guys, and this is my personal opinion, if he did remotely half of what those girls said he did, you know, then, you know, that's not good. And what really makes me kind of sick to my stomach is now that they're dragging up Aaliyah. You know, Aaliyah's been gone since 2001. Yeah, and now sad, they bringing up all kind of crap about her possibly being physically abused by R. Kelly. They pulling up all kind of, I mean, they like you said, the bones is really falling out the closet, but I hate that they are dragging her legacy through the mud, saying that that she was the one that lied about her age to marry R. Kelly, you know, because they asked her how old she was. And she said that she was 18 when she was really only 15 and he was 27. And now I feel like they just need to leave that alone. Leave that alone. Yeah.
I mean, the girl's passed. I mean, let her rest in peace.
Talk about,
I mean, it's done.
If whatever has gone on now, if he still got girls locked up allegedly in this sex cult, talk about that, deal with that. But don't be bringing up all that stuff about Aaliyah. I mean, leave her legacy how it is. The girl was beautiful. She made beautiful music. It was a tragedy. Her life was cut short as it was. So, I mean, I just feel like they don't need to do that. I mean, no, they don't need to do that.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, you know,
that's not cool.
I mean, you know, she's passed and, you know, it's over with. So all this other stuff, yeah, I understand. But that right there, I mean, you just digging up old wounds and stuff like that. You need to just leave it alone and just move forward on the current accusations.
Yeah, I agree. If he do have a sex cult or whatever, then they need to just deal with that. The authorities and everything else, they just need to deal with that. All right, so going into the main dish, I gotta tell you guys, Peter from used to be Cynthia Bailey's husband from not Love and Hip Hop, Lord, y'all know I look at all the ratchet shows. Real Housewives of Atlanta. Peter from off of there has caught some backlash Well, he was formerly on there. He caught backlash. Peter Thomas caught backlash because he went on his Instagram, boy, social media.
You gotta love it. Social media, boy. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
He went on his social media, on Instagram, and posted a 1-minute video saying about how black as beat women like to wear blonde hair. And they look a mess.
They look a hot mess.
They saying that they blacker than him. And Mr. Peter Thomas is a shade of black.
Yeah, he's a dark-skinned brother.
Yeah, he's a dark-skinned brother. And he put a disclaimer at first. He said, look, I love my black sisters. I love my black sisters. But y'all need to, wear stuff that fits you, that fits you. Cause he saw some, I guess some dark-skinned ladies that had, on really blonde hair or honey blonde hair, as he said. And he said some real choice words that I no longer say, but he said some real choice words. And anyway, he caused some backlash. The sisters went in on him. Of course.
Oh, of course. Said something about hair. Yeah, oh boy, the sisters gonna tear in on him
on his Instagram, and so he had to later on make an apology video. But my husband said, so why you can't have your own preference?
See, that's the main dish for today. That's the main dish for today. Preference, or is it discriminatory, or is it discrimination? I mean, your personal preference. Are we even entitled to have a personal preference anymore? No. I mean, that's a good answer though. That's good. I mean, you're being so true. Are we able to have our own personal preference without people looking at us like we're being degrading, or we're being discriminatory, or we are trying to, offend somebody just because of our personal preference? Like with the incident with Peter, he said for him, a dark-skinned sister with blonde hair, or what's the other blonde was? The honey blonde hair.
Whatever shades of blonde.
To him, looks a hot mess.
He said, look like she got a hat on.
Yeah, look like she got a messed up hat. I mean, really, that's his personal preference. And the sister's going to give him backlash because of his personal preference. I think that is so hypocritical and so wrong in society today. People have the right for their preference. If I tell you that I like 5'5" women that weigh such and such pounds with short hair or whatever, that's my preference. I shouldn't get backlash from the sisters with long hair or whatever saying, oh, what's wrong with me? Or blah, blah, blah. I didn't say anything was wrong with you. I said that this is my personal preference, like this guy did. He said his personal preference to him. A dark-skinned woman with blonde hair, bleached blonde hair, looks a hot mess to him.
It look a mess.
Look a mess to him.
To some brothers, laughing at him and everything.
Some brothers might be like, oh, baby, that's you. You know what I'm saying? I love it. You a dark-skinned chick. You got that blonde hair, girl. You working that thing.
Yeah.
Hey, to each his own. But your own personal preference. Are we not allowed to have our own personal preference?
I feel like that we should be able to like what we like. You should not just... That's just like somebody saying that it's wrong to date outside your race, or why when successful black men when they decide to marry, they marry outside their race. They marry a Caucasian woman or a Hispanic woman or any other woman but a black woman. So a lot of people get upset about that. But I feel like it's your preference, what you like, what makes you happy. It's your life at the end of the day. So if you don't like you said, if you don't like a certain height, a certain weight, a certain whatever, hairstyle, whatever, cause like me, I have dreads. If you don't like a chick that rocks dreads, then you don't need to be looking for a chick that has dreads. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't like a girl that, like you said, that's tall. Some men like Amazons. Some men don't. Mm-hmm. Some men like thick girls. Some men don't. So God has made us all different. Now the extra accessories, you could buy that at the store.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, sir.
You could buy the box and make your natural black hair blonde if you want to. That's why they got Dark and Lovely and all them other L'Oreals and all those other different hair colors. But black women are not the only ones that do that. You find white women that their hair is blonde and they don't want to be blonde and they dye their hair red, or they become a brunette, or you see vice versa, brunettes making their hair blonde. So I mean, it just, like you said, it's preference, and I feel like we should not catch backlash if we say we don't like something. But that goes back to the sensitivity of society now.
Yes, you're absolutely
Peter should have been able to say that he don't think that looked good without everybody going in on him.
I agree.
That
100%.
that you got to apologize. We an apologetic society that you can't say anything without everybody going crazy.
Mm-hmm. You know, it is crazy to me because, you know, I think it's what they say after their preference is what gets people riled up, you know, because if he would have just said that, you know, a dark-skinned chick with blonde hair or honey blonde hair is not for me. You know, if he would have left it at that, I don't think that he would have gotten so much backlash. But it's what he said afterwards. You know, she looks a hot mess and she looks like she got an effed up hat.
Yeah.
You know.
He went hard in on it. I ain't gonna say, but I feel like he should be able to say that though. I mean, I feel like people should stop being so sensitive. Now, come on.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. And you know, like some people, like when you talk about the dreads, you know, not yours in particular, but just saying dreads. You know, some people say dreads look nasty.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But a person with dreads would get offended because they feel just because they got dreads that you are talking about them. But no, they're not saying that. They're just saying for them, dreads look, you know, nasty because some dreads do, you know, look nasty.
I have dreads and I would see somebody with some nasty, knotted up, don't look like it been washed forever dreads, and I say that they look nasty.
Yeah, exactly.
And I have them.
Yeah, exactly. So that's your preference. Do you think you deserve backlash for that?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's, like I said, I'm not that sensitive. So if somebody was to say, well, Star, I don't like your dress, or I don't like, well, you don't got to like them.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to be,
preference.
That's your preference.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be, acting like that it's, like, you putting down the whole race because you don't like dress. Cause that's how I feel like they did Peter. I feel like they put Peter in a box where he's putting down the black women, and he shouldn't be putting down black women as a black man, saying that he don't like them wearing blonde hair. Well, he put a disclaimer at the first part. He said, I love my black women. I love you. I love all y'all. I love me some black women. Mm-hmm. He said that first and foremost. But he said, the real dark skinned chicks, dark like me, because he never once said, you know, making like he ain't dark like Uncle Ruckus, you know, where he don't see that he's dark too. But he said, dark like me, the blonde hair is not working for you. So he basically saying, you know, yeah, like to him, it's not working for him. Now he should have said that. But I feel like I said, I just feel like society has gotten so sensitive. You can't say nothing. I just like some of these women with these drawn on eyebrows all over their forehead. I think they look like clowns. Now, will I go on my social media and say that? No, because they probably go insane. I probably get all kind of trash talk back to me if I say that. Preference. But you know, I feel like, no, I would not have my eyebrows like that. I mean, yeah, I like to have my eyebrows arched. I like to have them waxed or whatever. I like them to be very neat, but I don't need them all the way up on my forehead, looking like I'm saying, huh? What? What's going on? Who? Huh?
I know, right?
You know, so I just feel like, you know, people just, you know, they just take it too far.
Yes, you are absolutely right. They do. So the topic of the main dish today is your preference versus discrimination. Now, let's take another look at this preference type thing then, and we're going to take it to the second level. Okay, honey. Now, we talked about your personal preference, right? So like I said, the question I was asking with the whole topic is, what's the difference between that and discrimination? Now, let's look at a job. If a job person owns a business and he chooses not to hire a person with dreadlocks, or he chooses not to hire a person that's, you know, dresses a certain way. Let's take a look at this now. Let's go back to preference or discrimination. Okay. Now, this guy, it's his business. It is his business. He worked hard to produce this business. It's his business. If he doesn't want to hire a person with a certain look, It's his preference.
Yeah.
But it's also known as discrimination. So that's the kicker. That's the kicker. Guys, hit us up. Let us know what you feel about it, how you think about it. Your personal preference versus discrimination. Just think about a job and this guy's business that he owns. Do he have a personal preference to hire who he wants to fit a certain look that he wants for his company? What you think, honey?
I have always said this. I've been natural since 2009. I have been natural, and I have worked like the majority of my professional working life since 2007, since I left plants and got my degree in business and accounting. I have worked in a predominantly white environment in banking. I have, like, where I've been maybe the only black girl in the whole institution. You know what I'm saying? I have. So, and I have always said this ever since I went natural in 2009. When I first did my big chop, I cut all my hair off. Then I let it grow out. I had the big afro. And then I've only had dreads for 3 years since 2009. So I've only did the dreads 3 years. But I've always said this. If you do not hire me, which no person hiring is going to tell you why you don't get the job. It could be because of your hair, but you won't know that. They're not going to tell you, but it could be. But I've always said that whenever I go to a job interview, that if I feel like that, that company will not hire me because of my hair, I don't want to work for them anyway, because that means that it's going to be other things that they probably have discrimination about. Me being a black female, and if I don't want to put cream relaxers in my hair or weave in my hair to fit a certain look for you, then I don't want to work for you. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I've always said that I don't want to work for anybody that I can't be myself. I'm going to, as a black lady that does wear her hair natural, I make sure that my hair is neat. I don't have it all over my head. My hair is clean. My locks are clean. They're usually tightened up, so they don't look nasty. They don't look like they hadn't been washed in 2 years or something like that. They don't stink or anything, because I know the stigma behind, the dreadlocks. So, but my hair is not dreadful. It's nothing dreadful about my natural hair. This is my hair. This is how my hair grows out my head. So I just look at it like it's like I said, as far as the work thing go, you won't know if they don't hire you because of that. Because of course they're not going to tell you that, because they know you'll probably sue them. They're not going to tell you that. But I don't want to work nowhere where I can't wear my hair the way I want to wear my hair. And that's it.
Okay, so in that incident, you saying that that's discrimination, but not his personal preference.
Yeah.
So that's discriminatory.
Yeah.
Even though he's just telling you what he wants for his company. So he don't have the right to go up to for his preference.
I feel like,
cause it's his preference.
Yeah.
It's his business. He made it. He paid for it. He produced it. He got everything. It's his business.
Yeah.
Just because his preference, like you say, they're not going to say it, but these type of businesses, okay, that he has a preference not to hire someone because of their hairstyle, because of the way they dress, or whatever. That's what I'm saying. That's the question. Now, why is it okay on one end and not the other? What I'm trying to figure out.
Well, see, with the working part of it, it's just like anything else. You can't discriminate because of race, sex,
but it's
religion.
Not discrimination. It's his preference.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
It doesn't say hair. It says race, but not hair.
But look, in job descriptions, any job they will tell you, like if it's professional, they'll tell you the type of dress attire that they want. They looking for somebody that's professional, clean, or whatnot. That's just like a guy coming in there and they're telling you, okay, we don't want you wearing a beard.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to get mad and be like, well, that's discriminatory because you don't want me to wear a beard, but that's your facial hair. Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, no, I don't want you to wear a beard here selling cars. I don't want none of my sales guys wearing a beard. I want you to be cleanly shaven. Mm-hmm. Well, that might be too big of a strain on a person to keep to have to keep going to the barbershop if they don't have the skills to do their own upkeep of their face. They may have to go to the barbershop. If you one of the guys that your hair grows real fast, like every day you need to shave because you'll have a 5 o'clock shadow if you don't. So that might be too much of an upkeep. And if you're telling me that I can't work for your company because I want to wear a beard, I feel like that's discrimination, because as long as it's neat, there shouldn't be a problem. Now, the only industry that has problem with certain types of hair is food, because they don't want your hair out. If your hair is long, it needs to be put up in a net, because food can get in, your hair can get in food. So I understand that, because in the food industry, no, I don't want your long beard hanging all over my sandwich, And most time you'll see guys that got long beards and stuff like that, that have a net over their face to catch, because hair falls, and you'll see them with a net, on around their head. So it just, the industry, cause some industries call for a certain look and some don't. Like the food industry, are you gonna hire somebody in your restaurant? You want to have your own restaurant. Mm-hmm. Are you gonna have somebody that come in your restaurant looking like Duck Dynasty with all this long, scraggly hair falling everywhere?
But according to you, I have to. Well, because if not, it's discriminatory.
Well, they have to.
If my preference, I know it's my restaurant, and I want my restaurant to look a certain way. Yeah, by my standards, I would say I could.
That's a D-head thing.
But with you thing. And more people probably thinking the same way, that's my thing. What's the difference? What's the fine line?
When it comes to the food industry.
I don't know about that, because I've seen many restaurants with people with beards or whatever else. I mean, and a lot of them don't have those. I mean, you go to a restaurant in Greenwood now, and the cooks don't have,
I don't want to get none of them.
Yeah, nets, whatever around their face or whatever. But, I'm just saying, that's the thing. It's a fine line between discrimination and your preference. People these days, you don't have the right to do anything no more, because of the fact that things are so sensitive and people are looking for a reason to complain about anything. Why you're not getting this job, why you're not doing this, why this is not happening. I mean, people are so quick nowadays to just want to complain about stuff, I feel. You can't say anything. You can't do anything. You don't have the right to socialize with certain people that you don't want to, because you are being discriminatory, or you don't have the right to want to socialize with people that look a certain way because you're being discriminatory. It's not about your preference anymore. That's my idea on it. Preference takes a back seat to discrimination. You can't use that's my preference. Your preference doesn't matter. Is it right? No, it's not right. But in today's society, you don't have the right to your own preference. You don't have that right anymore. It's gone. Because if you do have a right to your preference, be prepared to be sued. Because someone will think your preference, your personal preference, could be discriminatory, and you're probably looking for a lawsuit. Mm-hmm. That's my take on it. That's what I'm saying. It's a fine line. I don't know where you draw the line at when it comes to your preference or discriminatory actions. I don't know. Like we were talking about people in businesses. If you tell a young guy, I hate to say it, but our people of color, walking around with your pants hanging down, showing your underclothes. I don't want that in my business. So I say I don't want anybody with their pants hanging down in my business. That's my preference in my business. I have the right to decide. I should. Mm-hmm. I don't want you in my business like that. You're giving my business a bad image. Is that discriminatory? Am I being discriminatory? Am I being discriminative for doing that?
I feel like no, because
but what's the difference with the hair though?
That's what I'm saying. How is your business? What is your business? Because certain businesses, there's a certain look. Like, in the bank, you don't go in there with your pants hanging down, all like that. You're not going to come in there not well groomed, because it's that environment. The environment causes for you to dress most of the time in business casual, even suits, even clean shaven, your hair neat, whether it's dress or whatever, your hair has to be neat because you are representing a company. So it's like different jobs. The type of dress, the type of attire So it's not like somebody that wear their pants hanging down, or say they got gold all out their mouth, or they got a whole bunch of gold chains, gonna run up in there with their resume into a bank thinking they're gonna get an interview, because you're not even dressed for the interview. You learn that in interview skills, that they tell you certain jobs you need to wear the type of clothing that goes along with the job description. So if you're going to work in a factory, 9 times out of 10, you don't need to go dressed up in a 3-piece suit. Probably just a button-up shirt and some khakis and some slacks would be enough to have a good interview, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to be working out on the floor in a regular t-shirt and some jeans anyway, because you're going to be working in a factory. But if you're working in somebody's business office where you are interacting with professional clients, like I said, in the banking industry and stuff like that, you can't dress like that, even if that is your personal preference. Because that's not the culture of the institution. That's just not how you would dress. Even if you were a school teacher, you wouldn't go to work with your pants hanging down off your butt and, looking like you're about to go to a rap concert. No, because you're a school teacher and there's a certain look and there's a certain presentation that you have to adhere to. And that's just how it's always been, as far as, dress attire in certain work establishments. You know what I'm saying? Or the grooming of your hair or anything else, I just feel like that's just how it always been. I don't think that's something that's changed, but I feel like in relationships, you should have your preference, and nobody should have anything to say about how you like a certain female or male, or like Peter Thomas said, I don't like dark-skinned chicks with blonde hair. I feel like that's his preference. That's what he like, and he shouldn't have any backlash about it. I mean, that's what he like. So that's just my take on it.
Okay, but yeah, that's just confusing to me because of the fact that, like I say, discriminatory acts and your personal preference. Yeah, I know what you're saying about the relationship. Yeah, but I was just using that business thing as a example of discriminatory acts versus preference. That's the only reason I brought that up. Yes, I know in a relationship that you do have your preference, but I'm asking, the question is, what's the difference between that and a business? That's what I'm asking. I know the difference in your preference in a relationship. I know that, but what is when does your preference become discriminatory? That's why I brought up the business. When does it become discriminatory? It's just a slippery slope to me, because I feel no matter in a relationship or business, if it's concerning you, you have the right to do your preference, no matter in business or relationship. If this is your business, this is your thing, you have the right to do what you do. Long as you're not doing anything when it comes to religion, race, sexuality, or anything like that, I feel that you should have that preference, for you to do what you want to do in, like I say, in relationship or business. But guys, that's what we're talking about today. Personal preference versus discrimination. Where's the fine line? Where's the fine line?
All right, guys. So if you want to comment on the show, just hit us up at lunchtalkshow@gmail.com, babe. You got anything else you'd like to say?
Nah, that'll do it.
All right, guys. So thank you so much again for tuning in to Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Star. You can always check us out on Radio Public, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of them. Just Google us up. You can still Google up Lunch Talk with the Carters, and we're going to still pop up as Lunch Talk Show with Mike and Star. So thanks, guys. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We love you. And, y'all just take care of each other. That's our motivational team. Just take care of each other and don't be discriminating on nobody. Stop being so sensitive.
I know. Stop being so sensitive.
Love each other and stop talking trash about each other. People like what they like. And you like what you like. You don't want nobody telling you what to do, how to wear your hair, and nothing like that. So don't be all in everybody's business. Love each other. All right?
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace.